I'm on a quest to build an island megacity in Transport Fever 2. With all our islands so spread out, can we turn our capital city from a small island village to a giant sprawling metropolis? Let's find out. Alright, the ship with the plastic is finally on its way. We're only carrying 20 of them, but because there's only one ship, and it's taken a long time, I've decided to go with the cheapest vehicles we've got. Now, I could of course speed this up a little bit by having a second ship delivering that, but we just don't have enough crude coming through to make that much plastic. So the better option would actually be to clone this ship right here. And of course, right on time, the steel ship is leaving with a full load of 70 steel, so that will come in quite nicely. I think I might actually extend this just a little bit more. I might have slightly broken these, so I'm gonna have to sell them. But that is okay. 4 of them should be fine. I think that's perfectly fine. We don't actually need that many, because these little wagons actually hold 4 units each, so that's 16 in total. Maybe we might need some cargo warehouses. They are expensive, but maybe we need a little bit. Alright, plastic ship is almost there. Let's just watch this coming in. We're doing 25 kilometers an hour. We can also go on this view, you know, if you want to reenact the Titanic or something. Not really a fan of that one. And here we go, we are unloading. Yes, our first unit of goods is finally here. We're gonna start making them, and we're gonna start distributing them. Now, unfortunately, we are only going to produce 20 units of goods because that's what got delivered. It's part of the reason I have so few road vehicles. These little wagons are plenty for what we're doing. Now, if you're anything like me, one of the reasons you started playing Transport Fever was primarily because of a game called Transport Tycoon. Now, you can play OpenTTD, but back in the day, Transport Tycoon Deluxe was the way to go. And I do kind of miss the little sort of newsprint thing that would pop up to tell you, hey, a new vehicle or first vehicle has arrived at such and such station and all that. Alright, we've got goods supplied to Capital City. That's plus 10%. So our target population is now 178. It is being let down a little bit by our emissions, unfortunately, because yeah, there are some emissions happening here, right here, because this is a very well used area and these are residential buildings. We're doing this for the environment or something. Building a lot of these roads past this forest here. They've already started doing it. And so if I were to put a waypoint up here that they have to use. Yeah, this road here is a bit of a problem too, because they keep building residential buildings down this way. Why are you doing this? Right, we'll worry about that later, because we do have something else we need to do. We're back up above 1 million again. Which is fantastic, because I do want to get something going now. So we're looking at road vehicles, and I think what we really need to do is start looking at some trams. So this area down here is all industrial, so that's fine. I can't increase the size of this bridge, annoyingly, because our port is in the way. So if I just pause it for a second here, I'm just gonna move that just ever so slightly that way. That has gotten rid of all of the crude that was waiting there, but it'll be fine. Just want to increase the size of the roads here. Now, this section here doesn't really matter as much. Although, we do have horse and carts going down this way, which is slowing everybody down. Like, look at all these cars slowing down behind this carriage. That is a bit of a problem. But I don't want to spend that much money just, you know, upgrading all the country roads. That just wouldn't make sense. But what I could do is start doing these tram tracks. It is a little bit pricey, but it's okay. And I'm just going to go up to there. And the reason I'm doing that is so I can set a tram station. We don't need it to be electric. I want a platform on the left as well. So we'll do that. So we're going to have a tram running between these two cities right here. Then I'm going to put a bus stop. So we're going to have buses. And they're just going to run this way. You know what? We'll run this way as well. So I'm just having a look at what the running costs are like. I think this is fine. Maybe the stagecoach. Also want to look at emissions as well. So yeah, this one's the best for emissions. So we're going to go with 3 of these. And we're going to put them on a capital city bus loop. And I think we'll do the same thing on the other side. On the Sultan bus loop. And we are really running low on cash here a little bit. And this is where we're going to need to really think about what we've got. So we've got electric ones, which we don't have electric lines. So electric is definitely out. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I just kind of like the look of it. But yes, it is very expensive. So I think we can probably only afford one, but that'll be fine. We just have one. And this may very well put us in the negatives. All right, we've got a lot of oil sitting here now, 51. And we've got another load of plastic being delivered. Perfect. Oh, there are goods? There are goods. Interesting. Ah, I see why. No, Sultan needs goods as well. And I believe this is within... Yep, it is within the catchment area of that. So, I see. So what's happening here is this is going to bring the goods here, which is going to get picked up by this ship over here, which brings it here to the trucks over here. It's amazing that the game can make those kind of connections. It does mean that lines get very, 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 very busy. All right, little tram. It's on its way. A steam tram. Yeah, the tram is stuck behind this here. So I guess eventually once the horse-drawn carriages are out of the traffic lines, then, you know, things will improve. But that being said, I do wonder if this might be better served with a Mack truck. It's 15,000 a year. So actually not that much cheaper. I was expecting the tram to be a lot more expensive. That is interesting. But yeah, we have passengers. We do have passengers. And this traffic will clear up if we have enough public transport. So let's just have a look at our destinations again. We're at 38% line usage going to Capital City. It's not bad. And it is actually affecting the growth of Noah Sultan, which, if I remember right, then Capital City is growing. So we're at 179 now. Target of 194. Emissions is now up to good. We might actually do this. Unfortunately, we are in the negatives right now. So let's just have a look at our lines and see what's losing money. It's the steel. It's the steel ship. It's fully loaded right now, but it's just not making money because of how long it takes to get there. So yeah, it runs in the red for a long time. It's just what happens when you're relying on ships. They just don't move fast enough. Now, I would like to see what we can actually do with the planks that we're making here. And at the moment, there really isn't a lot, because this tools factory up here is in the middle of the island. It's not really something I want to push for. I mean, there's machines over here. Because we do need to make machines to grow Capital City, but they're all the way over here. So what if we were to just bring the steel from here? So we grab planks up here, grab steel down here, and then bring them all the way down to here. Now the only way I can see this working, and this is very expensive, is if we were to use the Dinara Castle. $750,000 and 100,000 a year to run, but it has 2 compartments. So we can load 50 planks, 50 steel, and come back with 50 machines. Is it the most efficient? Probably not, but we can do it with the least amount of stops and the least amount of additional infrastructure. The only downside is we need a large port here. It is also going to take a long time to make any money. Let me just have a look, because I think... Yeah, there is some catchment for machines. Not a lot, but it is there. They are here. But if I were to move this unload stop to here, in fact, right here, gets the entire city. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Alright, so with some careful waypointing, we can avoid the entire residential area down here. Now, we've got a little bit residential down here, but we are going all the way around here, dropping off the goods and machines and coming back down. It is going to add to our missions a little bit, unfortunately. And we are going to interfere with the bus line just slightly. But I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, so I've left it running for a little bit, and something very interesting has happened. We have a lot of passengers waiting here, and they are waiting for the tram. So the tram's actually good. We've also made over $1 million again. So while I was considering doing something with the planks, I might actually want to do something about the public transport situation, because it's really growing our capital city. We're at 254 right now. So I'm thinking this might be the time to do a couple of upgrades here. So let's switch over to the electric tracks. And we are actually going to upgrade all of them. So yeah, these actually all already have the electric catenaries. So yeah, I guess might as well. We might as well do it. So our current tram is going to get replaced. No more damped tram, we are going straight for the top to the CE22. It is speed limited in the cities, but I think that'll work just fine. In fact, we're actually going to clone it. So we have 2 of them running, and that's basically quadrupled our capacity. There is going to be some issues with traffic right here, just because there is slower moving traffic in the tram line. Slightly annoying, that. But thankfully that's not a problem over here. So the majority of the route is not obstructed, at least. So I think that'll be fine. So our tram's now over here. It's going to pick up 21 passengers. Look at that, as the stagecoach goes by. Just real nice contrast of the old and the new. Alright, while that's happening, it's time to get our port going. I could also put it down here, but there's a limit to where it's going to reach. So I think this is probably as good as I'm going to get it without doing something a little more drastic than that. I mean, I could also put it here and sort of connect it up with a road. That could work. Yeah, let's do that. A little bit more expensive, but if it works, connect that up. Yeah, that's all connected. And then we need to upgrade this. So I do need to delete what we currently have and put a large dock there, but that's going to cost money, so I have to take out a loan. We're going to take $1 million. I'm going to put that large dock in there. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. I can't actually do that, but I can do it this way. Aha! I can do it this way. And then we have our large landing right there. And then down here, we can get our larger dock. That right there should suit us just fine. So what's going to happen with this is the ship is going to go up here, take the planks, go over here, take some steel, and then come down here, take the machines, come all the way back up to here, and then the cycle begins again. So this, I think, is just going to be shortened to machines distribution, because that's what ultimately it's doing. And at the capital city branch now, this is where we have to be a little bit selective, because we don't want to load everything. We want to load planks at a level of 50%. That's really important, because if we fully load it, we're not going to have enough room for steel. And once we get to the upper capital city, we only want to load steel at 50% as well. So we'll do full load any. We'll do 3 minutes, and then we don't want to do a full load here, because if there's a ship waiting, that could be a problem. We may actually have water-based traffic jams at that point, which is not good. Now, the other issue is we've spent all the money that we've borrowed, and we have no ship to show for it. And the ship I need is the Donara Castle, which is 786,000. So I think I'm just going to take another loan. That'll be fine. We will pay these off in due time, especially once this ship comes back from making what it makes. It's really interesting watching the ships come out of this, because interesting thing about Transport Fever, for the trains, the rail depots are really short. And so the train is sort of magically coming out of this. But the ships, interestingly enough, do kind of fit to a degree. Not all of them, but they do kind of fit the shipyard that they come out of. It's really interesting just how everything scales. The trams are coming out. We've got a full load of passengers here too, so that's really, really good. I'm very happy that the tram is working. Something I would love to see from Transport Fever 3 though, if they're doing this, because we've only really seen the trailer, and we know helicopters are coming, finally. But I want to see a proper light rail, not just a tram, but an actual light rail where you can actually have the railroad itself, and then cars can't go along that road. That's something that I think would be awesome to see. Alright, we've already got some planks lining up down here, about 21, that's not too bad. It's about half of what we're going to carry. I'm really looking forward to upgrading these though. Kinda need to upgrade them, because it's getting to the point where they're not really cutting it. So this right here is something I don't fully understand, is what the quality of stations is. Whether it's there's too many stations, or the stations are, or is it because the stations are overloaded? Not really sure, because yeah, we've got a lot of overcrowding down here just from the crude oil. We need more. We definitely need more. So I'm gonna start just adding a couple more vehicles. Not 100% sure where the vehicles are coming from. I think down here, yeah. So they're coming out from this road depot down here. Just need to start moving all that crude. I want to do it with fewer trucks. We just don't have the technology yet. Yeah, we definitely have a bottleneck over here. We also have a bottleneck over here because these trucks just don't carry enough. And the solution isn't adding more trucks because it's just creating more traffic along this bridge. But as of right now, we're at 242 residents in the capital city. So a little bit more with the public transport, and once we get the machines in, I think that will just kick us right over to 300. Here's hoping. Within capital city itself, the line usage is only 12%. It's not great. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one more tram. Just one more. That'll definitely help to boost it up a little bit more. Because yeah, here we still have enough room for one more. There's 30 passengers waiting. And then here, not as much. We do also have the stagecoaches. They're all full up as well. Alright, the Donara Castle is now moving. 50 planks, exactly as intended. So the question is, we've got the steel ship that's coming in now. Is this going to drop off the steel that we need? Alright, moment of truth. Oh, it did drop off a little bit, but not much. It's only 4 or 2, I think, in total. Yeah, it's only 2. And then the other one is steel going back. It's going to Capital City Branch. It's going back here. Oh, that is weird. Why would you do that? Doesn't make sense. But out of 70 units of steel, this ship only left 2. Well, 4. That's not great. And I'm wondering if we doubled up on these ships, if that might actually be the way to go. Not because this goods factory actually needs the steel, because it really doesn't. But whether if we doubled that up. And I guess the same could be said for the oil that's down here, because we've got a load of oil down here, and I wonder if maybe we output more? Just having another ship on that line. There's a lot of things that are very expensive. But once this finally makes it to Xi'an, we'll see how much it really does. I'm sure the planks will be worth quite a bit. They've come all the way. I mean, this is, just so you know, for your reference, this is halfway across the world. It's a long way. And just because I don't think there's a machines factory that's closer than that. Oh, there is one, but then we'd have to get through this section of land. We'd literally have to make the Panama Canal right here. And I feel like that's more expensive. Of course, one of the great things about the Donara Castle, compared to the other ships, is that it goes at exactly the same speed. Makes it great for scheduling. Just don't wait for it too long. If you hold your breath waiting for it, you may not make it. Alright, ship's turning around. Ready to unload. There we go. 250,000 from that one load of planks. That's amazing. And we're picking up machines. No. You turn around. Pick up those machines. I need to fix that, actually. Port Xi'an. We'll load any. And wait for 90 seconds. Don't wait too long, but like, wait a little bit. And that should hopefully be enough. Yeah, that's one machine. We have one machine. Because that's all the steel you brought. Alright, I've decided to clone the steel ship. I feel like that's going to be a profitable endeavor. We've already doubled up on our crude line. Could probably do the same thing with our plastic. But that's nearly 70 plastic. That's amazing. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to double this up then. Because I thought there wasn't much coming out of it, but no, that really is. That's amazing. It might also be because we're supplying goods to a separate city as well. So we're actually supplying 2 cities from this one network. So yeah, I mean, I might make fun of ships for being slow, but there's a good reason why the real world uses so many of them. Alright, oil and plastic. How much is it? Oh, they're using riggies. Riggies are more expensive. Yeah, 550,000. We're gonna have to wait for a little bit more money to come in. Alright, we've got a good amount of steel built up here now, 21. So as the Dinara Castle comes down, finally, it's taken about a year to reach here, by the way. It's gonna drop off one machine. But that one machine could make all the difference. And then it takes 2 steel back to somewhere. But look at the little blue box. The machine. A single machine. What kind of machine is it? We don't know. I do want to see if they'll expand the commodities and stuff in Transport Fever 3. It'd be interesting. Okay, who's gonna pick it up? Are you gonna pick it up? Nope, you're picking up goods. Huh. Okay, maybe you'll pick it up. I don't know, somebody's gotta pick it up. I'm just gonna clear this guy off of the loading platform. Alright, the singular machine. Off you go. Alright, now we can actually clone the ship. So this one, this ship over here, this is going to the capital city port. Perfect. So that's going to start taking oil. We're in the negatives again. Alright, do we have any lines that are not making money? Crude and fuel right now is not making money. Not entirely sure why. And the machines line, of course, is currently in the red. Because, yeah. Every period, it doesn't exactly make a lot. Because this machines factory right now is outputting nothing. Because it has planks, but no steel. But hopefully that is about to correct itself, because there's 37 steel waiting. It's a good amount. And as soon as this plastic delivery comes off as well, we're going to have a lot of goods ready to go too. So yeah, with one machine delivered, it's still a plus 0%. Yeah, we're not hitting our targets right now. But you know what? The minus that we were getting for the station quality is kind of gone. You know, because stations are not overcrowded anymore. I think what's really happening here is just we need more trucks. So I'm upping it to 12 trucks. Now, there are 16 trucks on this particular line down here. Now there are 24 of them. Okay, that might be why we're having issues. Yeah, that might be part of the problem, actually. So now that we're up to 12, we're at least half of what that capacity is. So, you know. Yeah, right now we're matching the rate. This is 138 and this is 100, so not great. Our ship is now doing the long journey south, but it has 39 steel. So, you know, we're going to have some machines coming back too. And now hopefully we'll also have more goods coming through. Let's see how No Sultan is doing for goods. Oh, they're at 0. Interesting. That's not what I expected, but I think part of it might be because we don't have enough road vehicles transporting anything going over there. We only have fuel going there, and not much. I do have to worry about this town growing because it feeds into the capital city, and we're still only at 73% line usage. That's actually crazy. So we could fit more. We could fit another tram on here. We need faster trucks, because right now this truck is holding the tram up. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to have to do, is just increase the trams then. I didn't want to have to do that. I was thinking, you know, large capacity, that would be enough. Okay, so we now have another issue down here, is that there's not enough being transported at all. Like, the steel is running out, because there's just not enough vehicles transporting ore. It's a short distance, but these trucks are so slow that it's actually not enough. unfortunately, we don't have a truck with more capacity than this. So the only thing I can really do is I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. Just get some money in. And we're going to have to clone some of these trucks. So up to 14 trucks now. Basically what I want to see is a truck waiting here and loading every platform. All the time. With no breaks. So we're still going to need some more. So let's just get some money in. Oh, one of our ships must have just delivered, so we got a lot of money that just came in. Alright, I'm gonna bring this up to 24. So that gives us a rate of 362. That's still not enough. Because this mine puts out 400. This one puts out 400. So that's a total of 800 going to this one station that needs to be cleared. And I might have just jammed it up a little bit by doing that. But yeah, that's how dire the situation is. The sheer number of trucks that are needed because of their tiny capacity. But you know what, we're getting steel out, that's what matters. We also have a bottleneck down here with unloading, so I'm gonna fix that now with another platform. So let's do it that way. Actually, maybe another entrance for this one. I'm not really sure what works here. But yeah, we're gonna need to get them to use the other platforms to unload, because yeah, we're really kind of struggling right now. Yeah, they're not gonna use the other entrance, which is interesting. So yeah, it's just a bottleneck with loading and unloading, so that might be why we're having so many problems. But yeah, that should improve it quite a bit. It is definitely chugging along quite nicely now. Yeah, that is a lot better. That is a much healthier looking line. So now we have 57 down here. It's not a full shipload, but it'll get there because yeah, this is completely out of material. And because there are two ships on the line, I don't want them to wait because that's just going to lead to them bunching up. Alright, so it does look like we've fixed the issue somewhat. I am going to add one more platform down here. And definitely going to add some warehousing. So we can store some more cargo down here. Because yeah, we are running out of room. Just a little bit. Alright, I've tried to increase its capacity as much as possible. I think this is as good as it's going to get. I mean, the trucks are fighting a losing battle at this point. But this is not a good solution. This platform, because the platform length, it actually increases the distance the trucks have to travel, which just reduces their efficiency. It's not a great solution. I'm hoping the next game has more options for stations in general, because there's quite a lot that have been achieved by mods. So there are modded stations, and if you want me to try those out, I will activate them for the next video. But let me know which ones you want to see, and I'll look for those first. I mean, something that might actually help is organizing them so some take coal and some take ore. Because yeah, I think right now it's not really organized in any way. Although, actually, it's kind of split pretty evenly already. Steel ship's on its way back as well. It's probably not going to be a full load again, which is a little annoying. Oh, and the Denara Castle's coming back up with one singular steel down here. But how many machines have we delivered? And not many, have we? 0. But we have 25 waiting. Look at those. It really does make me wonder, though, what these are supposed to be. Like, these crates could be anything, but this looks like it could be a car, or a truck, or a vehicle of some kind under there. Alright, now that we have materials making goods and machines frequently enough, I think it's time to consider maybe upgrading our little wagons down here, because I think these just aren't cutting it anymore. Now, we could upgrade it to the first truck, just like everything else. It is going to drastically improve their running costs. And for the price, yeah, I might as well just go with the first truck. So we're going to upgrade these, and we're also going to add 2 more. Not that much more, because they are going downtown. Traffic is a problem. So these little trucks are just going to do their thing. It does mean, of course, that we will be clearing this a little bit faster, but I think we should be okay. You know, so long as there's enough actually reaching the city. Yeah, we're up to 258 now. Line usage, we're still at 70% for destinations. Not really that much of an improvement, honestly. I think maybe this might actually help, is if I expand the bus line to right here. So that gives it a little bit more coverage. So from 11th Street, they just take a right over here and then go down Shanghai Street. So it's not really that much of a difference, but it will reach more of these residentials over here without having to go all the way down there. That's the hope, but you know, it may not work out that way. At the same time, I'm having a look at the number of buses we've got, because I mean, they are just these stagecoaches. They are all full though. So it may be a time to consider actually just swapping them for something else. Even though the emissions are going to go up, but I think the actual throughput will be fine. Now we got the capacity of 8 and 9. I'm wondering if maybe it might be worthwhile switching to one of these. Or we could just do a very small upgrade to the Landauer. I think that might actually work. Yeah, we'll switch to that, and then we'll add one more onto the line. So we'll add 2 more onto the line. So that should hopefully improve things a little. Oh yeah, this bus stop is definitely helping down here. So we're up to 269 residents. Man, Landauers is so weird. It's like if a stagecoach just didn't have the horse. I mean, that's kind of how they built them. These early cars, really. They're not really buses, they're just cars. They are essentially just motorized horse carriages. Very, very steampunk looking though, without the steam, of course. Just having a look. Are any of these trucks carrying machines? You're carrying goods as well. Are you carrying machines? No, you're carrying goods as well. It's interesting to see what they prioritize, because they're mainly carrying goods. They're not bringing the machines in. Just realized I forgot to delete this truck stop right here, because that's not necessary. Oh wow, there's a lot more people waiting for the tram. Oh no, this is for the bus loop. Oh, okay. How are we doing for the bus down here? I think we don't have enough buses on here. No, we do not. Now, I could swap these out as well for the Landauers, just to give it a little bit more capacity. Yeah, I think we're going to do that too. And then we're going to increase that to 5. Oh, 4. 4 works too. I can deal with 4. There we go, 5. Oh no, he almost got taken out by the tram. I do kind of miss how Transport Tycoon had the, you know, if a truck broke down on a railroad crossing, it would get destroyed, and even just breakdowns and accidents would happen, and you'd have to kind of work around it. I think Transport Fever is not that kind of game, but it is missing that little bit of cartoonish aspects at times. Decided to just color these red, just to signify that they're from a different city. So these are the Nur-Sultan ones. Actually, that, you know, maybe they would work well in, oh, it's an orange line. Alright, we'll do orange for that then. And then these trams, since they're a red line, why not just make them red? Am I the only one who does this, by the way? Just matching your vehicles to their actual line color? Because I hope I'm not alone in doing that. I don't want these ones to be brown, though. I don't like the look of that color. Maybe maybe we'll make this red. Yeah, maybe Capital City can be red. Oh no, that means everything in Capital City is going to be red. Oh, that might not work super well. I'm sure it'll be fine. There's not going to be any confusion from that. So we come over here. Oh, these look great in orange. Sorry, I just love that they're all recolorable. Like, you can recolor every single one of them. That's something that the default vehicles will always have over the modded ones, is that not every modded vehicle is recolorable. Oh, it's perfect now. At long last, our ship is fully loaded, 50-50 of everything. So this is as efficient as this ship will be supplying this machines factory. And it is a 1-to-1, so whatever it puts in here, it will produce 50 machines, presumably. I feel like it doesn't really do that, though. There is somehow a little bit of loss, but we'll see. I'm just going to speed it up here, and let's see if it unloads. So there's already 59 wood here. So with 50 steel added to it, it should produce 50 machines. And we have 24 here. Okay, so there we go. This now has 27 machines. Are we producing? It is loading. If this can get 50 machines out, that would be amazing. But yeah, the ship didn't wait long enough. That's yeah, that's a little bit of a downside, is the ship didn't wait enough. Yeah, okay, let's turn you back around. I'm just gonna edit that line and just make it wait. We'll do 2 minutes. Hopefully that's long enough. I mean, part of the problem is the machines factory takes forever to produce as well. It's not fast. Alright, now we're at 52. Okay, this is actually pretty good. This will be an abnormal amount because I turned the ship around, but yeah, it's doing it. So it produced more than 50. No, it didn't. There was already 30 there, but that is interesting. So there should be 80 down here, right? Did I count that wrong? No, 64. Yeah, it consumed 50. There's one here, and so 65 in total. There was like 30 sitting at the dock. I don't know how math works, but we're at 295 residents, and all I can say is I think we've done it. So what I'm thinking is, since we have the cash to do it right now, I am going to clone this. We're steadily increasing the number of ships we have. And so we didn't quite get to 300, but nearly. I mean, thinking back to where we started at, I'd say that's a really good start. And if you want to see where the capital city goes to next in this island playthrough, make sure you're subscribed. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.